Hello, Jake. Today, I'm really excited to discuss cross-cultural communication with you.
Hey, Emma, that sounds great. Cross-cultural communication is so important, especially today.
Absolutely. Different cultures communicate in various ways, don't they?
Yes. For example, in some cultures, it's all about implicit communication.
Right. Implicit communication. That leads us to understand high context and low context cultures.
Exactly. High context cultures rely heavily on context. It's not just about the words.
That's so true. And in low context cultures, like in the US, communication is very direct.
Yep. If I want to say something, I go straight to the point.
And sometimes, this directness can seem a bit rude to someone from a high context culture.
Definitely. There's also the concept of power distance that affects how we communicate.
Yes, that influences how authority is viewed. In low power distance cultures, people freely share their opinions.
But in high power distance cultures, like in some Asian countries, it's more about respecting hierarchy.
Right, and face saving is crucial in those cultures too.
Totally. People often avoid direct confrontation to save face.
Let's dive deeper into these concepts. How about we talk about each one?
Sure, where do you want to start?
Let's start with implicit communication. Can you give me an example?
Well, if someone says, "It's a bit chilly in here," they might actually be suggesting to close the window.
Exactly. That's a great example of how much context matters.
And then you have high context cultures, where that kind of hint is common.
Yes, and they rely on nonverbal cues as well.
In contrast, low context cultures would prefer clear and precise messages.
Absolutely. Now, what about power distance?
In high power distance cultures, showing respect to authority is crucial.
Right, like addressing someone with their title.
Exactly. In America, we tend to be more informal.
And that can sometimes come off as disrespectful to those who value hierarchy.
True. Now let's move on to face saving.
Okay, face saving is about maintaining reputation, isn't it?
Yep, in certain cultures they'd rather agree than cause a rift.
Exactly. So, if you disagree, you might do it indirectly.
That's very interesting. I think I've seen that happen.
Let's wrap up this introduction and chat more in depth.
Sounds good. Can't wait to hear more.
Now, Jake, let's broaden our understanding by discussing the grammar structures behind these terms.
Sure. How would you describe implicit communication in a sentence?
Well, we can say, in high context cultures, implicit communication is key to understanding messages.
Got it. So, implicit communication relies on what's not directly stated.
Exactly. Another example. He often uses implicit communication to express his feelings.
That makes sense. And what about high context?
We might say, in a high context culture, words are just part of the message.
So the surrounding information is just as important?
Yes. For example, individuals from high context cultures may expect others to read between the lines.
That's clear. How can we frame power distance?
You could say, high power distance cultures emphasize respect for authority.
And that impacts communication style, right?
Exactly. And here's another. In low power distance cultures, people feel comfortable challenging their leaders.
That's a helpful structure. What about face saving?
For face saving, we might say, maintaining face is critical in many cultures.
So if I don't want to offend someone, I must be cautious?
Exactly. For example, she tried to save face during the disagreement.
All these examples help. I feel like I understand better.
Wonderful. We've set a solid foundation. Now let's jump into another dialogue.
Alright, so, Emma, how do you handle misunderstandings in cross-cultural situations?
That's a great question, Jake. I always try to clarify my message.
Do you use any specific techniques?
Yes, I often adapt my communication style according to the culture I'm interacting with.
That's smart. Adapting is key.
Exactly. For instance, I might use more nonverbal cues in high context settings.
And how do you feel about directness in low context cultures?
I think it's refreshing. Everyone knows where they stand.
Right. I find it makes collaboration easier.
Absolutely. But I must remember not to come across as blunt.
True. That could damage relationships, especially in high context cultures.
Indeed. And sometimes I might need to apologize to save face.
Yes, being aware of the need for face saving is critical.
It really is. By being considerate, we ensure smoother interactions.
Have you ever had to navigate this in real life?
Definitely. I've had experiences where I misinterpreted someone's indirect communication.
How did you handle it?
I asked for clarification and adjusted how I communicated with them.
Good move. It's all about learning, isn't it?
Exactly. Each interaction teaches us something new.
I think the key to success is being open-minded.
Absolutely. An open mind fosters understanding.
Let's solidify the vocabulary we've discussed.
Good idea. Let's start with implicit communication.
All right, so, implicit communication refers to messages that aren't clearly stated?
Correct. Here are some examples. In implicit communication, context plays a vital role.
And another?
Many misunderstandings arise from relying solely on implicit communication.
Got it. What's the third?
Understanding implicit communication can enhance cross-cultural interactions.
Great. What's next?
Let's move on to high context. Here's the first. People from high context cultures are often very perceptive.
And the second?
High context communication can be challenging for outsiders to navigate.
That makes sense. What's the third example?
In high context settings, silence may indicate agreement.
Very informative. Next up, low context?
Yes. First example. Low context communication favors clarity and directness.
Got it. And the second?
In low context cultures, words are the primary means of conveying information.
And the third?
People feel comfortable expressing their opinions in low context cultures.
Next up, face saving?
Sure. First example. Face-saving strategies are vital in high-power distance settings.
And the second?
Individuals often prioritize face-saving over truth-telling in some cultures.
What's the last one?
Effective face-saving can help maintain harmony in relationships.
These vocabulary examples really help clarify their meanings.
I'm glad. Now, let's review what we've learned.
Sure. What's the review format?
I'll ask you some questions, and you can answer.
Sounds good. What's the first question?
What is implicit communication?
It's when the message depends on context rather than direct statement.
That's right. Next question. What characterizes high-context cultures?
They rely on context, nonverbal cues, and shared understanding.
Correct. Third question. How does low-context communication differ?
It's more direct and straightforward, with less reliance on context.
Great job. Now, why is face-saving important?
To maintain reputation and avoid offending others.
Perfect. One last question. What does power distance refer to?
It's the degree of inequality in power and how it affects communication.
Well done, Jake. You really grasped these concepts.
Thanks, Emma. I learned a lot today.
I'm happy to hear that. Now, let's wrap up.
What will we cover in the next lesson?
In the next lesson, we'll discuss effective negotiation strategies across cultures.
That sounds exciting. I can't wait to learn more.
It will be great. See you next time.
See you, Emma.